Welcome. I hope you have pen and paper because I'm going to give you some very important information. We're going to start off with three simple questions. Number one, do you want to leave a legacy for future generations, generation after generations? Number two, do you want to know how to save taxes legally, just like the rich? Number three, do you want to learn the secret of the rich that nobody else really knows? I'm so glad you're here. Imagine saving 4, 5, even 6 figures in taxes every single year. You can use this money to pay off your mortgage, to buy a new car, take your family on a vacation, to give to a charity, or to save for retirement. Imagine all lawsuits become frivolous. Think of all the worry, anxiety, the time, the money that you would be saving. With the Spendthrift Trust, if you get all your assets into the trust, it's a titanium vault. And number three, imagine no one knows what you own, how much you own, where you own it, or what you do with it. With the Spendthrift Trust, it's going to save you in four very important ways. It'll save you taxes year after year, generation after generation. It keeps your information completely private. Your LLC, S Corp, or C Corp, it's not private. I can go out to the Secretary of State or the Corporation Commission of your state and research all the LLCs. Number three, talking about lawsuits. All the assets are in the Spendthrift Trust. All lawsuits become frivolous and go away. And number four, if you haven't heard about the 2024 Corporate Transparency Act from the Treasury Department, with the Benson Financial Trust, you're exempt from doing the paperwork. My name is Sally Gimmon, and I want to welcome you to save U.S. taxes legally. The Spendthrift Trust is legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. A bit of history on the Spendthrift Trust. It comes from England way back when King Henry VIII, that famous king who chopped off his wives' heads, started the Church of England so he could divorce them. Hey, murder a few ladies, start a church. He went to go tax the lords and ladies of England. They went further back into history to the Magna Carta and said, no, King Henry VIII, you can't do this. It's contract law. It came to the colonies while we were still part of England, and the law firm I work on behalf of inherited a trust that turned 350 years old in 2023. This is how long it's been around. Our current tax code that we right now write under originally went into effect in February of 1913, 111 years ago, and the only thing it's done is gotten bigger, and bigger. Back in February of 1913, the super rich families, the Carnegies, the DuPonts, the Rockefellers, the Kennedys, they made sure they could save taxes. Well, if they can save taxes, we should be able to save taxes. Again, this is in IRS Tax Code 643B. Now, I believe all U.S. business owners, U.S. 1099 income earners, and U.S. investors need to know this information. I also believe that I found out a solution for my short-term capital gains, and it's my duty to share this with as many people as I can. And I believe the playing field must be leveled for all businesses. Large businesses get tax breaks. Amazon didn't go into Long Island because they wouldn't give them free land. Other businesses don't get that. Now, I told you how the Spendthrift Trust is going to save you in four ways. I'll give you a little bit of information about the trust. Paul Benson was a Harvard law professor 76 years ago. He wrote 5 different trusts, and all 5 trusts have never been audited in the past 76 years. So the law firm will give you a certification saying the Spendthrift Trust, and if you get questioned, they will defend you free of charge. To be honest, one trust was examined in 2018 by a senior IRS agent. He went down to Houston, spent 5 hours in a law firm's boardroom, and when he came out, he certified the trust. So it was examined, but it was not audited. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why does my CPA not know this? Why does my financial planner not know this? The elephant in the room. It's a good question. There are 1 million attorneys in the United States. Only 4% of them are trust attorneys. Trust attorneys study a law book in law school called Scott and Asher on Trusts, 5th edition. This is as legal can be. The Spendthrift Trust has been in front of the United States Supreme Court on 2 separate occasions, and both times the Supreme Court has favored it. I have 2 pages of case law that I will share with you. Now, since we're going to be we're spending some time together, let me tell you a little bit about myself. October of 2018 was a watershed month for me. 3 major things happened. I was living in Phoenix, Arizona. My oldest nephew, was getting married in Charlotte, North Carolina. I was a Medicare broker. Open enrollment starts October 7th through November 5th. He was getting married October 28th. I requested the Friday before the wedding and the Monday after the wedding off because friends and family from all over the world were coming in for the wedding. I was denied. I had the time. I was denied. Second thing, my brand new dream car. I was driving to work at 7 o'clock in the morning on Indian School Road, a major east-west road. I was the second car through on a green light when some bozo ran the red light and T-boned me on my passenger side. Thank God I was not injured. Well, silly Sally had the paperwork sitting on her kitchen table to fill out for gap insurance. She had 4 weeks to fill it out. She hadn't done it yet. All of a sudden, I'm $8,000 upside down in my auto loan, and I had to get a second loan, and I started eating ramen noodles twice a week. It's like I'm back in college again. And third thing that happened, my mom and dad lived in Goodyear, Arizona, 20 miles west of Phoenix. They drove to Charlotte for the wedding. The Thursday before the wedding, I got a phone call from my dad saying my mom was in the emergency room and he was not sure what was wrong. My mom ended up having septic of the blood. She was on a ventilator for 13 months, in the hospital for 15 months. Thank God she got better and she came home. So, went to the wedding, had a fantastic time, come home, going out to my parents' house once a week to check their mail. And in December, there was a letter this thick, 27 pages. When I opened it up, it said my mom's first month in the hospital, emergency room in the hospital, it was $27,000. I'm standing in their kitchen going, what am I going to do? I've got a mortgage. I got student loans because I went to graduate school. I got credit card debt. I have an $8,000 deductible on my health insurance. Thank God I wasn't injured in a car accident. So right then and there, my mom and dad's kitchen, I called my friend Glenn, who had invited me to a real estate meeting back in August of 2018. I said to Glenn, I need to change my life as of today. He's like, Sally, next Saturday, we're having a Christmas potluck. Bring a $5 gift and some food and meet my fellow real estate investors. Oh, I don't know about you, but going to a party where you don't know anybody, a little bit difficult. I did it. It was the best decision of my life. I started real estate investing in 2019, and I wholesaled 7 properties nationwide and paid off $184,000 in debt. Woohoo! Sally is a rock star. Everyone doing really, really well. Until my CPA calls me. You never want to have a CPA call you and say, you need to have a meeting. I drove out to his office in Scottsdale, made an 4:30 appointment in the evening. It's in March. Go up to his office, and he says, Sally, good news, bad news. I'm like, okay, tell me this. He goes, since you made so much money, your tax bracket went from 22% to 24%. You're making more money than most of the United States. I'm like, mm-hmm. He goes, but your short-term capital gains on those 7 properties are also going to be $79,000. What? I had $50,000 saved for capital gains. I thought I was being smart. All of a sudden, I needed $29,000 more for capital gains. If you don't know about wholesaling, it's feast or famine. You either have something in the pipeline or you don't. It's in the middle of COVID. Nothing's moving in the real estate market. I kept it together in his office, signed the paperwork, walked out, got my parking validated, go down to the parking garage, get in my car, and I cried for 20 minutes. Then I start driving back to Phoenix into the sunset, tears still coming down my eyes. My boyfriend made me dinner. We sat across from each other, and I kept saying, $79,000. Yikes, $79,000. So my solution was take a HELOC out of my recently paid off house, defeats the purpose of being paid off, to pay my capital gains, which, I know I had to pay them. It just irked me. Well, it's COVID. I'm still working as a Medicare broker. I'm working from home. I now have saved 2 hours of my life because I'm not commuting an hour to work and an hour home. I wake up the next day and I remember I read an article about the Rockefellers Trust. It's called The Office. If the Rockefellers could save taxes, why can't I save taxes? I took the next 5 months to research the Spendthrift Trust, and I started my business and beneficial trust in September of 2000. I also started teaching a mastermind for 18 months in my real estate group in September of 2000 to help other real estate investors save capital gains, interest income, and rental income taxes with the beneficial trusts. My Thinking into Results coach, Susan Ma, told me I'm playing too small, and she said I need to start my own business. So in March of 2000, I started theTrustIsYou.com. So let's discuss what the trust can do for you. You're not going to be 100% tax-free. How Paul Benson wrote these 5 separate trusts, they save you in very specific ways. The business trust is for U.S. business owners and U.S. 1099 income earners. You will save at least 90% on your federal income taxes yearly, and in 43 states no longer pay state income taxes. Personally, in 2022 and 2023, I saved 92% in federal taxes and did not pay state income taxes. Now, to give you an example, a local pizzeria that's here, that their husband and wife, when I'm looking at them, they make about $15,000 a month, $180,000 a year. They're at 22% tax rate. With them saving in federal and North Carolina taxes, they're going to save $34,903 per month. This is their money to pay off their mortgage, to buy a new car, do whatever they want. No. Roberto and Marianne, what they did, they opened up a third pizzeria. So they're making even more money. And they're saving all that taxes through the Spendthrift Trust. In 2025, they're going to open up a fourth location. And when they retire in 2035, they're going to leave 2 pizzerias to one child, 2 pizzerias to another child. The children inherit the pizzerias, no inheritance tax because of the Spendthrift Trust, and they will continue to save 1099 income taxes. Another example for you. I have a used car salesman. He calls me, we're having a Zoom, and I explain to him that I'm going to save him $63,000. I should have had this open, so I have to apologize. $63,289 for the year. His wife's in the background. She gets on Zoom, and she says, how much is that per month? I want to know how much you'll save me in the month of June. And so I said, that'd be $5,274. She goes, honey, we're going to do this. That's more than we spend with our 2 kids. The Business Spendthrift Trust helps anybody, brick and mortar stores, Etsy store owners, Amazon store owners, affiliate marketers, digital marketers. I have clients in a truck driver. I have a hair salon and hair school client. You can save thousands of dollars. When you go out to my free class online, www.sallygimman.com, you're going to see a free video. You're going to see several clients. You can look at how much they're saving in which states. And then you'll also have a chart. There are 4 ways to file your taxes. Single, head of household, married jointly, or married separately. Single is the most expensive way. So it's a chart of a single person making $80,000 a year, how much they will save in all 50 states. There are 7 states that don't have state income taxes, but other states do. That's the business trust. The beneficial trust is for all investors. I don't care what kind of investing you're doing. You're going to save the following 5 taxes. You will no longer pay short-term or long-term capital gains on profits. You will no longer pay interest income taxes if you're a passive investor, if you're in a mutual fund, if you're doing subject to real estate, the BRRRR strategy. I personally have notes where I'm the mortgage or the paper on the house. People pay me their mortgage. Creative financing or seller financing. By the way, forex investors, you pay both capital gains and interest income. You can save that with the Spendthrift Trust. Third way, dividend income taxes. If you're investing in the stock market, you're a day trader, you're doing options trading, futures trading, commodities trading, you could be saving those taxes. Fourth tax, rental income taxes. You have short-term rentals like Airbnb, vacation rentals, maybe 5 doors, 10 doors, 20 doors, multifamily, commercial properties, or you're doing arbitrage. Yes, you can take depreciation. Yes, you can do cost averaging, but remember, you will not have to pay any lawsuits if the renter's dog gets out and bites somebody. And the fifth tax you'll save is royalty income taxes. So if you're an actor, an actress, an author, if you are an artist, if you're in NFT world, if you have copyrights, patents, or intellectual property, you'll be saving thousands of dollars. That's a beneficial trust. A charitable trust is for any 501c3 company. The senior trust is for anybody who's over 65 and making too much money. This affects your Part B of Medicare. Part A is your hospital stays. Part B is your medical and doctor's tests. And then it saves you thousands of dollars. And then finally, the mineral trust. If you have oil wells, shale rights, coal rights. One of my clients inherited his granddad's horse farm in Oklahoma, 6 oil wells on there, and he's saving $32,000, about $32,000 every year in his oil production. But he can put that into the horse farm, buy another horse. He can do whatever he wants with that money. I want to invite you to set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. You can get my information at through my name, www.sallygimmin.com. It's a free class on the Great Discovery. I also have another class out there to help other people start saving money so you can get the money for the Spendthrift Trust. I want to say thank you for watching my video. I hope you learned something new. Have a beautiful day. Take care.